Walk into any mattress store and you'll see dozens of brands. Different names, different logos, different price tags, every one of them promising something the others supposedly can't. It feels like choice. It mostly isn't. Behind almost all of those names sits a surprisingly small number of factories. Two giant manufacturers build most of the traditional brands you'd recognize. A third quietly makes the store brands and exclusive models that fill the rest of the floor, and sells what's essentially the same mattress under a dozen different labels. Once you see how few companies are actually in the room, you can't unsee it. This is the sleep verdict. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 3 production houses behind the mattresses most people actually buy, who they are, which familiar names they're really behind, and why 2 beds that look like fierce rivals on the showroom floor were often built in the same plant, on the same line, by the same hands. A few brands genuinely stand on their own, and I'll point those out too. But for the rest, the choice you're being sold is mostly a sticker. Let's follow the thread. Factory 1 is the giant. For years, it was called Tempur-Sealy, born from a single merger in 2013 that fused Tempur-Pedic and Sealy into one company. In 2025, it renamed itself Somnigroup, and under that one roof sit 3 of the most recognized names in the business: Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns and Foster. Budget, mid-range, luxury. 3 different shelves in the store, one company collecting at all 3. Then it got bigger. That same year, Somnigroup bought Mattress Firm, the largest mattress chain in the country. The Federal Trade Commission fought the deal because now the company making the mattress also owns one of the biggest stores recommending it. So when a salesperson points you toward a great Sealy and then nudges you to step up to a Tempur-Pedic, understand what's happening. You're being walked up a price ladder that one corporation owns end to end. That's not a conspiracy, it's consolidation sitting in plain sight with a different brand name on every rung. Factory 2 is its mirror image, Serta Simmons Bedding. One company, but look at the names it controls: Serta, Beautyrest, Simmons, and Tuft Needle. The online brand it scooped up to cover the bed-in-a-box crowd. 4 labels that feel like 4 competitors, all answering to the same parent. This is the one that catches people off guard. Picture yourself on the floor doing the smart shopper thing, weighing a Serta against a Beautyrest, feeling like you're making them compete for your money. They aren't competing. They're teammates. Same company, same engineering, just pointed at slightly different shoppers with slightly different stories. And the ground under this giant has shifted too. Serta Simmons filed for bankruptcy in 2023, restructured under a private equity owner, and has closed factories since. The brands kept rolling out like nothing happened because the names are the product now, not necessarily the company behind them. Factory 3 is the one almost nobody can name, and it might be the most important. Corsicana, now part of a group called South Bay International, has been quietly building mattresses since 1971, and it's grown into the largest private label mattress manufacturer in the country, running more than a dozen plants. Here's what private label means in practice. Corsicana makes its own brands like Sleep Inc., American Bedding, Early Bird, Renew, Knightsbridge, even the well-reviewed Wink beds. But it also builds mattresses with no Corsicana name on them at all, ships them out, and lets retailers stamp their own brand on top. That exclusive model a store swears you can't find anywhere else? There's a real chance it rolled off a Corsicana line, nearly identical to 3 other exclusives wearing 3 other store names. So when a floor is packed with brands you've never heard of at suspiciously similar prices, you're often not looking at competition. You're looking at one factory's catalog, relabeled. The brand is the marketing. The bed is the same. Now, in fairness, not everything traces back to those three. A few companies really do make their own beds, their own way. Sleep Number builds its adjustable air mattresses in-house and sells them only through its own stores, so what you're buying is genuinely theirs. Purple makes its own beds around that stretchy grid material you've seen in the ads, a real design they actually own. You can like them or not, but they aren't just a label on someone else's factory output. The point isn't that every mattress on Earth comes from 3 plants. It's that a stunning share of the ones you'll actually be shown do. So what should you do with this? You stop shopping by brand name, because the brand name is the part they control most and the part that means the least. Instead, shop the specs. The coil count, the foam density, the materials, the thickness, the warranty. 2 beds from the same factory can wear different names and different price tags, so make them prove the difference on paper, not on the label. And when a store tells you a model is exclusive and can't be compared, treat that as a warning light, not a selling point. Exclusive usually just means you're not allowed to check their math. Here's the verdict. The mattress industry sells you the feeling of endless choice, but most of that choice is branding stretched over a very small number of factories. Once you know that, the showroom stops being intimidating, and the salesperson's script stops working on you. You're not choosing between rivals, you're choosing between stickers, and you get to decide which one is actually worth the money. So tell me in the comments, did any of these surprise you? Are you team I had no idea? Beautyrest and Serta were the same company? Team I'm checking my mattress tag the second this video ends? Or team I'll never trust the word exclusive again? Drop it below, I read them all. And subscribe, because the next time you walk into a store, you'll know more than the person trying to sell to you. This is the sleep verdict. Sleep smarter, not more expensive.